And afford your medical help.
That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for starting your week with us. Jenna had to dart off. She's got an important assignment. She'll be back tomorrow for Valentine's Day. We're going to celebrate with Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin. Enjoy your Monday, because what's tomorrow? She would have said Tuesday. Bye.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
KUAM News Hotspot is brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
All right, Hafaday, everybody. Today is a very, very special show. Of course, it is Valentine's Day. So today we are bringing you this show with love. And it's all about this right here because we are celebrating the heart. We are showing you how to celebrate love and your loved ones. But most importantly, we're showing you how you could do for what you could do for somebody else's heart where you could save your life, because we are going to teach you CPR, an incredibly vital skill to have. And that is today on the Hotspot. Let's go.
The menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the Fresh Garden Bar.
On today's show in our health check report, we're going to take a look at women's heart disease. Also, we have a weekly renewal with my dear friend Claire Calvo going over another aspect of island health. And in studio, as promised, everybody, we've got our friends from the American Red Cross Guam chapter here to show Team KUAM the life-saving procedure, of course, as we said, of CPR. And we are going to talk to Liz and Gina from Remax Diamond Realty about what you need to know to close that real estate deal. All right. Everybody, the American Heart Association in our health check report encourages the wearing of red to raise awareness, and that's why I am wearing red. All my colleagues here today, all of our guests will be wearing red. Less than half of the women on Guam recognize that heart disease is the #1 killer of females. Here is what you need to know.
Health Check is presented to you by the Medical City.
Girl, there's my girl.
40.
It's up on the bed.
Pinelli credits Ananda for alerting her of her first heart attack while she was sleeping. But her symptoms, which she considered unusual, did not immediately bring her to the ER.
My wrist just ached. Then I had pain in my back, pain in my chest. I couldn't move.
NYU Langone cardiologist Dr. Harmony Reynolds says it's vital women seek help for all types of possible symptoms of cardiovascular problems, given that heart disease leads to more deaths than all forms of cancer combined.
It's scary to think, could this be a heart attack? I think that people don't go to the hospital because they're afraid that it might be a heart attack, and then what? Well, then what is we treat it.
Pinelli was treated with 2 stents and now takes several drugs. She's one of this year's Go Red for Women class of real women survivors.
We have to really be mindful of our bodies. No one knows our body better than us.
Pinelli is back to active exercising after her heart attacks. Her trusty companion always close by her side. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Huntington Station, New York.
All right, and now let's go and roll on in our show as Weekly Renewal is here. Here is Claire Calvo with this week's installment.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.
Half a day, I'm Claire Calvo bringing you your weekly renewal. The quality of our life is linked to the quality of our health. And the quality of our health is linked to the quality of our relationships. Our relationship with ourselves, our body, our emotions, as well as our relationship with others, with our surroundings, our environment. We are literally in relationships with everything around us, even down to our energetic level. And I am speaking beyond philosophy or metaphysics. In the early 1900s, Einstein was one of a couple of scientists who shared their findings on quantum physics, quantum entanglement, which basically showed that we all influence each other, affect and effect each other, regardless of proximity. So why is this important? Well, I can assume that our health and overall well-being is important to us, right? We take great measures in making sure that we maintain or even attain health and wellness, especially these past few years, right? How we eat, exercise, and whatnot. So it's interesting to find that we invest a lot in our health and wellness, yet the U.S. is still considered one of the most unhealthy countries in the world. We are considered the 10th most unhealthy on a global scale and the first most unhealthy among the First Nation countries. So looking deeper into this, over the last 3 years, the CDC came out with a study that showed, interestingly, that the first risk factor for death with those who had COVID was underlying health conditions and obesity. The second risk factor was shown to be anxiety and fear-related disorders. In 2022, the global wellness market was worth $4.4 trillion. The U.S. wellness industry is valued at $1.2 trillion, and that's 28% of the worldwide wellness market as of 2021. Yet, like I said, the U.S. is still considered one of the most unhealthy countries. So this is not surprising when you consider the toll that chronic fear and anxiety takes on the different systems of the body. This emphasizes the fact that the physical body cannot be separated from the mental emotional body and vice versa. So aside from engaging in the activities that promote equanimity and stress reduction, what else might help? Well, studies have found that having a variety of social relationships help reduce stress and heart-related risks, lower rates of anxiety and depression. Strong, healthy relationships, and I'm going to emphasize healthy relationships, can also help strengthen the overall immune system. It was found that a healthy relationship, including a marriage, was one of the first non-biological factors identified as improving life expectancy. 54% of people who stayed single for an extended period of time showed health issues related to anxiety and depression. So let's take this a step further. It has been found that people who hug for 20 seconds or more it's important to keep in mind that when we're taking care of our physical health, our mental emotional health, we are also keeping track of our social and energetic wellness. And if possible, get in those 20-second hugs. It's perfect timing. It's February, the month for love, starting with ourselves. Thank you so much. I will see you next time on your Weekly Renewal.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.
All right, please stay tuned, everybody, because a dear, dear friend of KUAM, the one and only, the incomparable Cheetah Blaze, she is with the American Red Cross Guam chapter. We are going to talk about the Red Ball. Like I said, we're talking about this, and we're talking about how you can use your heart to contribute to the American Red Cross and how you can save a life. So essential viewing is up next.
21's MVP, nobody like me. Blessings, 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 all come from life lessons. Wanna know what's next? Keep guessing. Go time, no time for questions. Throw chakra on, show off. Stepping out slow mo, you can see the glow up light. I'm supernova, you know I'm coming for ya.
I can't make that amount work right now.
What is it?
Can I get new basketball shoes?
We'll see.
Can I please have $20 for my field trip?
I don't know. Can I go to my friend's house after school?
Anak, hindi pwede.
We're all trying our best to make ends meet. The governor's child care programs are helping businesses and working families care for Guam's kids. This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Visit guamchildcare.com to apply today.
The One Micronesia Show, Sundays on the stations and digital platforms of KUAM Communications. Join me, Victoria Spahn, for one-on-one interviews with Micronesians in our region and around the world doing amazing things and representing our community. Plus, I'll be sharing different looks at our diverse cultures, languages, food, and much more. And as a special treat and a way to end the show, we're hooking you up with a musical performance every month with a One Mic Jam Sesh, sharing music from all over the Micronesian region. It's sharing our common world because we are one Micronesia.
Only Pizza Hut lets you surround your favorite pizza with greatness. The one and only stuffed crust pizza tempts your taste buds with melted cheese stuffed inside that amazing crust. And at just $18.99 with one topping, the stuffed crust pizza is truly irresistible. So grab your slice of pizza perfection with cheesy goodness baked right into the crust. The stuffed crust pizza, just $18.99 with one topping. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
Look at the picture.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. Now, February, if you didn't know, is American Heart Month. It's a time where we all, Guamanians, citizens of the world, whoever, we all focus on cardiovascular health. And with today being Valentine's Day, again, keep this going. Hashtag this. We here on the HotSpot want to showcase the importance of becoming CPR certified. Now, we often hear about tragedies at home, in the workplace, or even out in the field, as with the recent incident with Damar Hamlin, of course, the safety for the NFL's Buffalo Bills, and how CPR literally saved his life. He was at work, he was playing a game, and CPR is the reason he is still with us right now. Now, we are going to talk about that and do a live demo, so get your note-taking hats on. But our dear friend, Miss Cheetah Blaze, is the Executive Director of the American Red Cross. She is with me on the KUAM couch, and we are talking about the incredible, the necessary, the essential, critical, the huge volume of work that the American Red Cross does. Cheetah, first of all, so good to see you.
It's so good to be here with you.
Every time you come on the show, that means that we are going to talk about positive things. That means we're going to talk about saving lives, both directly with CPR and also for the amount of services that the American Red Cross Guam chapter gives out. So exactly what is your scope? Because I know a lot of people just think, okay, well, that's where I can go get CPR certified, or, it's that nice little building with the Red Cross. But you guys actually provide a lot of direct assistance.
Yes, that's only one of the life-saving skills that we render the community. But one that is not talked about that often is our service to armed forces. And that is when we allow that serviceman to go on leave to come home because of an emergency or a birth or whatever occasion there is. The American Red Cross is the only nonprofit organization chartered by Congress to provide that emergency communication.
So you guys actually provide all the logistics
24/7.
to actually bring those servicemen home at the time when they probably need it most. I've got a sick parent, like you said, my grandpa just passed.
So they call up the Red Cross and we get the ball rolling for them to allow them to go on leave. So
Cheetah, I've known you for 25 years, almost half my life. I didn't even know this.
Really? So there you go. So
we're learning something. We're all learning something on there, and that's amazing. Amazingly positive.
It's one of the critical services that we do.
Okay, so as executive director, you make a lot of the high-level decisions. You also oversee a lot of volunteers who work tirelessly. For them, it's not about the money. It's not about let me put this on LinkedIn so I can show off to all my friends. They really do this because it truly is a mission, and it's a mission. It's a ministry. It's something.
No money involved. My volunteers are not paid. We are a volunteer-led organization.
But it's to take care of your fellow man. It's a slight studio audience here we have. But that's what we were talking about too, because the red ball is the way that we the community, civilians, military, federal contractors, whatever, that we can actually be able to help you continue the good work that you do in the community.
And for the first time, Jason, we normally hold it in September, but because of the pandemic and all the delays, all the adjustments that we had to make, so we're now having a red ball on Saturday, April 29th. So save the date. It's coming up pretty soon.
That's close to my birthday.
When's your birthday?
On the 24th of that month.
So there you go. That's my mom's birthday.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so me, your mom, Kelly Clarkson,
that's
who just hosted the NFL honors. Go look at that. It was crazy. And
Red Ball. Well, Red Ball, the 29th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Most importantly, the Red Ball.
Correct.
Okay, so Barbra Streisand also born on that day, FYI. So what do you have planned for this year's Red Ball? Because it's a gala event. I mean, we have all of these people from Guam's business community, again, military leaders, and government leaders and everything like that. They believe in what you do. They've seen the history of the difference you make in the world.
Right.
So what do you have on the docket as far as entertainment, food, what have you?
Well, it's always like we go all out as far as the food and the raffle prizes. The entertainment, we always see to it that we go local. You know, there was a time when we used to bring in entertainers from
Gotta keep it
off
local.
island, right? But that's just not possible anymore. It's just too expensive. So we have to really take care of that donated dollar and make sure that it goes where it's supposed to go, to fulfillment of our mission.
Okay, I do want to ask though, because you know, with current events that are happening right now, I know I've had a lot of people message me or email, give me a call and say, I really believe, because I believe I mean, absolutely tragic with that earthquake in Turkey.
Correct.
I believe the number of people that have now been confirmed to have passed
Like
from that
32,000 or something.
Is it 32? I know it was 28, like just last night. Okay, so
but it keeps on rising.
and
So
astonishing number. So are we able to donate to the American Red Cross like today with the Guam chapter and say,
Yes.
I want to help?
yes. We've had several phone calls inquiring whether they could. And yes, they can donate to the American Red Cross, meaning they can funnel their donations through the American Red Cross. But when they do that, they need to fill out that part on your check for the designated donation it sets and say, you know, Turkey earthquake.
All right. Yeah, always add, like, if you're still
yes.
cutting a check, or if you're doing like the PayPal thing and everything, make like a little note that says, you know,
Correct.
I want to help Turkey, and
Yes.
thank you, and God bless you for doing that.
And
Okay.
we are accepting.
Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna have you back on the show many times, I'm sure, between now and April, because we're gonna talk about the red ball.
You better believe it, yes.
Hey, that's from the boss. You know, I just work here. Okay, but please take us into this next segment, because we're gonna go to
Yes.
commercial break. But we are talking about probably the service, as I said, that people know you the best for is your literal life-saving work when it comes to CPR training.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, how many inquiries do you get about that on a per month
See, I
basis?
knew you were going to ask that question, but probably off the top of my head, about 1,200 a year, maybe.
Wow.
Yes.
I actually took the class.
It's a requirement.
I took the class, right, when I
Yeah.
was at UOG. It was required that you take you know, CPR and first aid.
Yes,
And
especially with all the military operations that are ongoing,
Okay.
the build-up. Yeah, they need to be OSHA required. to
There
be
you go.
trained
Yeah,
in
so
first aid.
organizations, okay.
First aid and CPR.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have two friends of ours, Margie and Dan, are standing by. We're going to take a quick commercial break, everybody. Please make sure that you pay attention in this next segment, because we are all going to learn how to be certified in CPR when the hotspot continues. Thank you, Cheetah.
Okay, thank you so much.
21's MVP. Nobody like me. Blessings, blessings, blessings. All come from life lessons. Wanna know what's next? Keep guessing. Go time, no time for questions. Throw chakra on, show off. Stepping out slow mo. You can see the glow up light. I'm supernova. You know I'm coming for ya.
The One Micronesia Show, Sundays on the stations and digital platforms of KUAM Communications. Join me, Victoria Spahn, for one-on-one interviews with Micronesians in our region and around the world doing amazing things and representing our community. Plus, I'll be sharing different looks at our diverse cultures, languages, food, and much more. And as a special treat and a way to end the show, we're hooking you up with a musical performance every month with a One Mic Jam Sesh, sharing music from all over the Micronesian region. It's sharing our common world, because we are One Micronesia.
I can't make that amount work right now.
Mom, what is it?
Can I get new basketball shoes?
We'll see.
Can I please have $20 for my field trip?
I don't know. Can I go to my friend's house after school?
Anak, hindi pwede.
We're all trying our best to make ends meet. The governor's childcare programs are helping businesses and working families care for Guam's kids. This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Visit guamchildcare.com to apply today.
Only Pizza Hut lets you surround your favorite pizza with greatness. The one and only stuffed crust pizza tempts your taste buds with melted cheese stuffed inside that amazing crust. And at just $18.99 with one topping, the stuffed crust pizza is truly irresistible. So grab your slice of pizza perfection with cheesy goodness baked right into the crust. The stuffed crust pizza, just $18.99 with one topping. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
Properties in the Tropics is your weekly roundup of the hottest properties on Guam. Every Thursday, get a virtual walkthrough of homes, apartments, townhomes, and land available for lease, rent, or sale, with a breakdown of the most important info, including cost, features, and of course, location details. Watch it on KUAM News Hotspot at noon on streaming and TV8 or catch the encore at 5 p.m. on TV11. You can also check out each installment on Instagram too. Properties in the Tropics is presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
The most tempting part of your week is guaranteed to be the Subway and Chili's lunchbox hours. Catch it Mondays through Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Breeze 93.9 FM as we bring you the greatest hits of your lifetime from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the 2000s. So grab yourself a mouth-watering Subway Series Select sandwich or something sizzling and flavorful from Chili's. This lunchbox hour is brought to you by Subway, Eat Fresh, and Chili's, where more life and great value happen here.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. HotSpot coming at you live once again on YouTube and Facebook. I told you, we're all about this. So everyone, let's do one of these. See? Here on the HotSpot, we're all about love. We're also about literally the heart, the thing that beats in each and every one of us. Now, of course, I'm Jason Salas, Destiny Cruz, my colleague. Nick Delgado have volunteered their time. They've actually come from about 10 feet away in the newsroom to actually do these demonstrations. And we also have Margie and Dan. We are bookended by the tall dudes on this segment, all right? And Dan is actually... came here by way of Washington State, former U.S. Marine. So, Dan, we thank you for your service, and we thank you for your service here today.
Thank you.
Okay, so so Nick, of course, you're a retired U.S. Army.
Not retired. Jeez,
Okay.
I'm not that old.
Well, you are a veteran, but you did
Yes.
you did have first aid
You've
training.
established that.
Yeah. Okay.
Army, correct.
Yeah, and you've had CPR training before in your military service.
In basic.
Okay, Destiny, have you ever had a CPR training?
I have never, so I'm so excited for today.
Yeah. Okay, so we do have a vet and we got a newbie here. So Dan, given this variance in experience,
Yeah,
what do Nick and Destiny need to know?
Yeah, give me 15 seconds here. You know, nationwide, 350 to 450,000 people a year die from cardiac arrest. 7 out of every 10 cases happens at home outside the hospital. So, as first responders, we're the ones that train people and get people prepared so they know what to do.
Yes, sir.
That's just overall.
Okay.
Okay, the whole purpose of CPR, our heart is a pump. It pumps blood. The blood goes through our body. It keeps our vital organs, our kidney, our heart, our brain alive. It is very, very critical that within 4 to 5 minutes after a cardiac arrest, you have to do CPR in order for the person to survive.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, we're going to show you the proper procedures. So if we could have our 2 volunteers put your knees on the knee pads. The most important thing, first of all, they have all this equipment out there, AEDs on all that. The preferred #1 method of CPR is with compressions. Compressions are the most critical and important part of it. To do a compression, please move the mask to the side. All right, take your fingers like this, lock them up, put your other ones behind them. Kick your back, straight back like this, put the palm right in the sternum. They'll show you where the sternum is at. Oh, he's going to have to pull this off because you're going to have to earn his money.
So the sternum is also known as the breastbone, right?
It's the breastbone right in the center. Just follow the nipple line, and it's right in the center of the chest. Okay. Lean your shoulders forward over the body. There you go. Keeping your arms straight. Press down 2 inches. Go ahead and give me a compression. Push harder. There you go. All right, the speed limit, you're going to be doing compressions because when you're giving CPR, it's 30 compressions, 2 breaths. That's 1 cycle. You're going to do 5 cycles in a 2-minute period. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and give me 10 compressions and make sure you're doing them right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The same beat as staying alive. Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, if I could just let you know something, Destiny is actually a professional musician. Destiny, go ahead and sing "Staying Alive" just so people know.
All right. So we'll get started.
Hey, you know what? You know what? In advertising, we call that mnemonics. And as silly as it seems right now, this is actually going to help you should you need to help someone in an emergency.
Okay. It works good.
Right, so you go ahead and
all right.
Shoulder.
Wow.
And you have to lift that shoulder.
Okay, so you're getting leverage from your weight, right? Okay.
Now we're going to, all right, that's the most important part. It's optional. There's a change made. You can go and stop for a minute. There's a change made about 2.5 years ago where it's optional if you blow in. And it came out just before all the COVID and everything. So
Okay.
just fine, right? But if you're going to get certified, you need to know how to blow in if you decide to do so. So we're going to show you. Take your left hand and put 2 fingers on the chin. 2 fingers on the chin. Take your right hand and put 2 fingers on the forehead.
Oh.
There you go. Tilt the head back. This is called opening the airway. You have to open the airway. Now, after you open the airway, pinch the nose. Go ahead and pinch the nose. And now these have been sanitized and they're clean. So go ahead and pinch the nose and blow into it and see if the chest will rise. You have to, if it don't rise, re-tilt the head back. You need to tilt the head back more. Tilt it back and then blow in.
Staying alive.
All right,
Oh,
did
Okay.
it go up?
Yes.
That's a good sign.
I don't know if you saw that, but Nick just slipped
All right.
and he gave our mannequin a little rhinoplasty there. A
Right.
little nose job.
So anyway, you're going to give 2 of those, and that's going to be 1 cycle. You did 30 compressions, 2 breaths. You're going to do 5 of those cycles in a 2-minute period. You're moving on this.
Okay.
All right, and it's that staying alive beat. So what we're going to have you do is we're going to have you do 1 cycle here where you do 30 compressions, you tilt the head, and you blow in twice. Okay? All right, on your mark, get set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay,
6,
Destiny,
7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 1, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Tilt that head, pinch that nose, blow. Wait 1 second and blow in again.
There you go.
And straight back up.
So Nick
Hold
Delgado
on.
and Destiny Cruz are learning how to apply
just
life-saving
did.
measures, and I just demonstrated my falsetto.
Yeah, now they just did 1 cycle. We're going to be doing 5 of those cycles in a 2-minute period.
Wow.
It is some work.
Okay, I must ask Dan, how long can the average person, do this? And I get, if someone's in cardiac arrest, you've got adrenaline, you've got anxiety and everything. How long can say like Destiny do this? If I was experiencing a cardiac issue before she would herself, maybe like be on the verge of passing out or something.
If it's a family member or something, you're going to go until you're totally exhausted.
There you go.
If it's an ex-boyfriend, well, not that bad. But they're going to go a long
Destiny,
time.
this is way better than blocking some dude.
Yeah, it is. Hey, there's 5 situations in which you stop CPR.
Okay.
Number 1, another trained responder has come. They've taken over.
You defer to the pros.
Right.
Okay.
Number 2, the paramedics have arrived and they came over and told you when to stop to do what you're doing. Number 3, your life is in danger. There's a fire coming your way.
Okay.
Right. Number 4, they've started to kick and show signs of life. Right.
Yes.
And number 5, and this is the most serious part, you're just totally exhausted. You can't go no more. And that means there's going to be a rosary. So how far are you going to go? We don't know. We hope we don't have to find out.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But any other question at 2 hands when you do the compressions. But when you're given CPR, it's not clean. There's a chance there's going to be a couple of broken or fractured ribs. That's the cost of saving a life.
And a broken rib, I guess, is better than a heart attack, right? Yeah. Fatal.
Yeah, heart attack is different from cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest,
thank you. Okay.
The heart stopped.
Okay, gotcha.
And basically they're dead. You're bringing them back alive.
Okay.
Right? So did that answer?
Yes, absolutely.
That question there?
Okay. Dan, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You guys did good. You did very, very good.
Nick, Destiny, outstanding. Very, very good. Okay, so we started this segment with showing the heart. We're going to end it the only way we know how here on the Hotspot, by driving home the point. It's what we do here at KUAM. All love, everybody. So our friends at the American Red Cross, where's Cheetah? Cheetah's off on the side. Cheetah. Especially. May I also say that you guys look absolutely fetching in red? This way. Okay, wait. Okay. As we go to commercial break, one more pose. All right, we're back after this.
All right.
One Micronesia Show, Sundays on the stations and digital platforms of KUAM Communications. Join me, Victoria Spahn, for one-on-one interviews with Micronesians in our region and around the world doing amazing things and representing our community. Plus, I'll be sharing different looks at our diverse cultures, languages, food, and much more. And as a special treat and a way to end the show, we're hooking you up with a musical performance every month with a One Mic Jam Sesh, sharing music from all over the Micronesian region. It's sharing our common world because we are One Micronesia.
Hello, everybody. This is HTH. Yee. We're getting fancy now. House to home. See what I did there? Like we're only using acronyms right now, but one word we are going to talk about today, as Liz and Gina join me here in this KUAM News Zoom room, as they always do on Tuesdays, is the E word: eviction. Oh boy. I know, ladies. I guess let me ask, as realtors and as people who make their livelihood with facilitating and seeing transactions through that connect people with residential homes and commercial properties and everything like that, how often do you actually deal in evictions, or do you at all?
So go ahead, Gina. I can share with you that we feel really lucky. In fact, during COVID, I had an appraiser call me about what our eviction rate was at the time, and we were actually really blessed during the period of COVID. We did not have any tenants that we needed to evict. We had, out of all the management properties that we take care of, and I think we're almost at 200 properties, or maybe it's more than that. I only know the ones that I'm directly involved with, but out of all the properties that we manage, and we have a big management side of our company, we had about 5 tenants that were late on their payments, but not delinquent, so that the owners were asking for evictions, and they caught up. We worked with them. She just couldn't believe that we did not have any evictions, and we didn't. And that just boils down to, the vetting process that we have when we put the tenants in to begin with. It's a very strict process. So because we do spend a lot of time making sure that we're putting good tenants into good properties, that they basically, you start off with a good tenant and they're going to remain that way. And everybody needs help every now and then, and you just work with them accordingly. But
Well, fair enough. But now, Liz, I'd like your insight on the fact, or on the topic of, obviously that Gina was just talking about from the tenant's perspective. But if you are a landlord and you do have cause to evict the tenant for whatever reason and everything, I'm sure that is a very set process, and there's a right probably and a wrong way to go about that, right? How do you actually do that by the book?
Well, when people call us and they're, for whatever reason, there's a problem and they want to do an eviction, of course, Gina and I, the first thing we do is problem solve. What is the issue? First, we try to, as she puts it, we try to help both sides to find out what the problem is before we jump to that process. We always want to avoid the eviction by, well, okay, what's the problem? How can we solve it? And if we solve it, then we don't go forward. But with the eviction, there's proper process where, again, if they come to us, we have to look at what is the contract state, what is allowable, what is not. And if for some reason they refer to the lease that they broke a certain section of the lease, again, we try to solve that by working with the tenant and the landlord. And then if that is not possible, then there's notice that would have to be given. But if it gets
about mediation from your work in nonprofit organizations, so you've had those conversations in multiple contexts, multiple times.
That's right. But again, and then depending on what the issue is, we always say, well, if this is what you choose to do, you may need to go get legal advice, because Gina and I are not attorneys.
All right, everybody, that is all the time we have for our friends at the American Red Cross Guam chapter. I'm Jason Salas. All of us are saying goodbye. Miss Cheetah, what is the number and the website where if people want any information about the Red Ball, about CPR training, what have you?
Sure, it's 472-6217.
And do me a favor, everybody, when you're out and about on Guam today, rock some red. It doesn't matter. A sock, a tie, a earring, your underwear. Wear red underwear. It's Valentine's Day. You're going to wear red underwear anyway.
Why not?
And on that very appropriate note, we say goodbye and thank you so much for watching. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.